back for another video. My name is Josh Kasich, and today, well, guys, this picture was, I think, found on Reddit, was it? I'm not sure if it was Reddit or something, but this picture is basically the idea of a Star Wars theme park that could have been, and it's called Lucas World. And looking at it, I wish this was really a real theme park that you could visit, and I think it's definitely a missed opportunity. I kind of get why it wasn't made, which you will hear me talk about that later on in the video, so I don't want to go in full in depth on that. And I definitely think that although I've never been to Galaxy Edge at Walt Disney World and Walt Disneyland, from what I've heard, I think this park is definitely way better than that. So, without further ado, let's begin. All right, here we are. So this is the Lucas World theme park that could have existed. This could have been awesome. I wish this did existed, and this is much better. That, in my opinion, not that I've never been to Galaxy's Edge at the in Walt Disney World and Walt Disneyland, but this is this is my opinion way better from what I've heard and seen. So let's check this out. So basically what it is that it's each of the worlds throughout the Star Wars movies, well, not before Disney bought it or anything like that. So before that, and it's all kind of combined. It's really interesting. I would love to live here. So let's start off from the top with Geonosis. Now, Geonosis is this little area right here. Right here, kind of, it's part of this section here. Kind of, you could tell at the very bottom here. But yeah, it's this arena-looking thing. That's what it says. Arena Stunt Show. Now the numbers coordinate here. So obviously the one right there. There's a one right there near the, well, right under the Geonosis, right near the stadium there. And that's where the stunt show would be. It's called the Arena Stunt Show. So that's where that would be. And then right next, like off to the side, like I showed here, is going to be the Droid Factory personalized droids. Now, what I am assuming is that they're going to build droids. Now, what's cool about that is actually, or interesting about that, is that Galaxy Edge does have the ability to create a droid. But the thing about that is that here it's a Geonosis Droid Factory, so I'm not sure if it's the same thing, because Geonosis Droid Factory is them building separatist droids. And it wouldn't be necessary in Galaxy Edge. I don't think you can make, I could be wrong, but mostly you could make astromech type things like BB-8 and R2-D2 and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting. It's a small section, only 2 things, but you know, it's pretty cool. So next, right on top of it is the, or kind of top here, all the way over here, is the AT-AT Attack Roller Coaster. This is Hoth, actually. So this is Hoth. As you can tell, it's that ice planet from the beginning of The Empire Strike Back. So it's very interesting how they kind of did this. It's like, first it's kind of like Empire Strike Back here. Then it's Return of the Jedi, or I guess there's no, Tatooine kind of takes place in the New Hope, but there isn't necessarily New Hope, I mean, besides the Death Star here, but this Tatooine is mostly from the prequels, actually, slightly so, but yeah, it's pretty interesting how they set this up. But yeah, so you have Hoth, so the Attack Roller Coaster, which starts here at this one in front of the, well, AT-AT, and it kind of goes around here, as you could tell, all the way over around this area. Then you have the Echo, sorry about that, so you have the Echo Bay snow cones. Now that's number 2, and that's right here, right next to, like, diagonally across from the entrance to the roller coaster. So you know, it's ice cones. Pretty interesting. You kind of could eat pretty much in every world except for so far the Geonosis, and I think the Dagobah, because that's only Yoda's hut. So those are all, sorry about that, but yeah. So like I said, I was saying those are the only really two places you don't get. Sorry about that. So these are the only really two places. Those are the two places, like I said, you can't eat. So now the ground assault firing range is number 3, and that's right here. Kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say diagonal from it. It's kind of like right across from the roller coaster entrance here with the 3. And then you have the Whompers bumper cars. Now that's over here, right next to the snow cones. So over here, so it's that little small section cave in there, and that's pretty cool to see what that's like. I mean, it's Wampas, so I mean, you know, it's supposed to be represent the Wampa cave type thing, so it's pretty interesting. And right across, right like on the corner, around the corner from that is the Tonkin, the Tauntaun souvenirs. So it's basically you could get souvenirs from the park. Most kind of Tauntaun host stuff probably in there. Other things, so memorabilia and stuff like that. So now right in this small little section, it's a small little section. Is Bespin. Right across from the Hoth area. Like I said, it's kind of small. It's Cloud Cars is this little weird circle thing that goes up. I don't know what it is exactly supposed to be. It looks like there's people on there, so I don't know if it just goes up and down or whatever that is. Not sure. And then you have 2, which is the Cloud City Conversation Tower Lando's restaurant, so you get to eat there. Interesting. And then, like, that's through number 2 right here. Now that the observation probably goes up to here and stuff, so you get to see stuff. And then right next to that is the carbon freeze chamber. I don't know what you do there. I'm not sure if it's just a display or exactly what you do, but yeah, you have that. Now you have the Endor Endor here, this kind of big section here, like right in front of next to Bespin, kind of diagonal for the Death Star, right next to Dagobah Kashyyyk, and stuff like that. So, as you can tell, so you have the Chief Chirpa's Choo Choo. So is that like a train type thing? I don't know what a train would have to do with Chief Chirpa, but it's kind of a small, I definitely know it's a small thing because it's in this building here that the Endor logo, the Endor thing is over. So interesting to see what that actually is. Then you have the Ewok Village Food Court, which is right across north from it. And you could tell that this is the food court with because, well, you have the bathroom. It looks like tables here, and then well, obviously, you know, you places to get your food. That's what that really looks like in that section there with the 2 over it. Then you have 3, the Ewok Adventure Playground. I think that's mostly for kids. I don't know if it's. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to go for it. Now, you see how there's a bunch of plants? I think they're going to be real plants, I assume. I'm not sure if they're going to... I don't see why they wouldn't be real plants, but... Sorry about that. So... yeah, so you have the 3 here, where that would be the Adventure Playground. Stuff like that, kind of right next to the Bespin stuff, so... then you have number 4, the Shield Generator Speeder Bike. So I'm assuming that's some type of ride, I guess. I mean, it's right near the, it's that where that space the satellite that kind of sends the shield to the second Death Star. That's what that is there. So obviously that, and then you have Endor's gift shop, which is this small this thing right here in front, kind of south of the shield generator thing, and it's this big thing in the middle with the 5. So you get some gifts, I don't know, maybe Ewoks, stuff like that, who knows, I mean, there could be a lot of stuff you could get that, I mean, even maybe wood type stuff, so it's pretty interesting. Then Wicked's musical stage show, which is diagonally across from the gift shop. So it's obviously looks like a stage, so you get the music. I don't know exactly it is. Is it just Ewoks dancing? That would be weird. I hope not. And then right the southmost part of the Endor, south of the gift shop, is the Ewok barbecue ribs. So I guess you can only get barbecue ribs there. I don't know why it's called Ewok. Maybe it's just because it's Endor and it's not actual Ewoks because they don't exist, so that would be weird. So, try it. I like to try it out because barbecue ribs are literally one of my favorite foods. So, yeah. Okay, so moving on, we got Dagobah, which is just the this small little section here in the green, right in front of the Kashyyyk area. It's just Yoda's hut. I don't know. I mean, Yoda's hut's pretty small, but and the thing, and Luke could barely like walk in, but he had duck. But maybe that's what we have to do in there. I don't know exactly what you do there. Maybe just you look at stuff. I mean, that's really probably what it is. Now, and like I said, north of that is Kashyyyk. Now, it's not this water slide looking thing, which is actually not a water slide, but I think it's a ride based on how it kind of hits the water and there's lines that go through it. So, but we'll get to that later. So now, so right here at the very bottom of the tree thing where the 1 is, kind of right next to the Kashyyyk thing there that's written out there that says chewy chocolate. So you get to eat chocolate. Then you go up the tree and all the way here, to the left is the Wookiee swing. I don't know necessarily is just a swing. Do you swing on it? I mean, what do you actually do with that? And then 3 is the intergalactic monorail. Oh, well, you know what I'm wondering? Okay, so the intergalactic monorail. It kind of, you see, I don't know if you noticed this, but there's actually, I've been seeing this, I saw this before, but see how it goes around, there's this thing that goes around the park here, and that's what the intergalactic monorail, because you're going through every world. And what's interesting is here, I think this is also an entrance, which we'll get to later, so basically you could go on the intergalactic monorail here, in the park, and then over here. But it's interesting, it goes all the way around the park. I mean, that is such a genius idea. I mean, it's just, that's cool. I mean, look how long that ride would be. I mean, it's just kind of a ride. It's not like you go bumping around, but like literally, like if you're here, and you want to get here, you go around. It's interesting. I mean, really, like whoever came up with, if Lucas came up with this idea, or going up with this idea, I really wish this was an actual thing, you know? Which Disney would put as much money, would look at this. Oh, let's put money into this. The people, all Star Wars fans would come to see this. Definitely better than probably definitely better than Galaxy Edge. But yeah, so yeah, so you could go to the intergalactic monorail here and at the front. So that's pretty interesting. So next is Camino. So this is interesting. So it turns out that this here is actually from Naboo. It's weirdly this water slide. Well, not really water slide, but you know what I mean with the 2 in front of it. This thing that's it's next to Kashyyyk and Camino. It's actually part of Naboo, so it's really weirdly placed, in my opinion, and I don't know why it's put here. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess it makes sense based on room, but it's just weird how that they did that. But so I don't know why. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter at this point, but yeah. So here at Camino, you have the clone bumper boats, which now the Camino bumper boats is like bumper cars, but it's in the water, and that's right here. with the one. But it's weird because you have this little circle thing here. I don't know what that would be, but I hope you wouldn't clash into that because that's weird. I don't know. It's definitely going to be wet, so this area you really want to bring your swimsuit probably because you're probably going to get wet. Then you have the Camino Splash Factory, which you would get wet too. I don't know exactly what you would do there. I mean, I guess you get wet because it says splash, but I don't know exactly what that would be. But that's in this little section here with the two, kind of across from the bumper boats. Then right next to that, or kind of curves around into that, is the Washa Ocean Coaster. So, like, obviously water, stuff like that. Then you have Naboo, which is one of the big sections here. I mean, it goes to Saturn. It's not the biggest one. There, we will get to the biggest one eventually. But here you would have the Gungan City Planet Core Aquarium, which is weird. It's all the way over here. It's definitely a weird place, but to put it. But I'm assuming it just goes under so you can see the fish and everything, or stuff that's in the water. Or things that are in the water. Now, obviously, this is going to be a lot of money, a lot of hire, a lot of people get jobs, a lot of training. I mean, this would take years to design. I mean, I'm just saying, it would take years. I mean, the training and everything, the participation. I mean, no wonder probably why it didn't get made, because this is a lot of money just to keep it running. I mean, it would be crazy. Of course, if they do put a lot of money in, they're almost bankrupt. You get a bunch of people coming in. There, so many Stars fans, so many would come in here. They'll probably get all that money back, plus more, like that. I mean, I'm just saying, but yeah, it's kind of crazy, but yeah. So you got this thing, core aquarium. Then you have the Jar Jar's Long Fume. Now that's what this thing I told you about earlier is basically a ride, so it's a log type thing. Log ride, and that's between Kashyyyk and Camino. It's weirdly placed, but based on size and based on the park size and room, I guess that's where it'll fit. So yeah, I don't know if I really like that. I'm not totally. Wasn't there rapids or something like that? I don't know. There's something. Oh, Naboo Rapids. We'll get to that later. But yeah, I don't know. I've never really been on a log ride. There are places where I've been that had it, but I think you have to pay extra for that. So, but yeah, so you have that. You most likely get wet because it's a really big drop and you're going to hit water. It kind of goes on the water. So, definitely be prepared for that. I would I would definitely say bring a swimsuit of some sort if you don't want your clothes wet. It just makes sense. Then you have the Naboo Water Show, which is right in front of the Jar Jar thing, and I don't know where you would go to watch it. It's kind of weirdly in the middle of the place, and it's also weird because you don't want that show to get ruined by the water slide too. So it's weird. I don't know how that's working. And then you have the Naboo Palace Tour and Restaurant. So like I said, you can eat in most places. Oh, that's right, you can't eat Camino. So that's the third place you can't really eat something. So that's pretty interesting. All the small sections you really can't eat except for the Bespin place where you can eat there. So yeah. So you have the Naboo Palace Tour and Restaurant. Now that's 4, and that's palace. So that's the palace-looking thing here near the Naboo. The thing that says Naboo written thing. Sorry about that. So you have the Bossness Show, which is 5, and that's this small little thing here, kind of diagonally from the palace, kind of near that droid tank. Yeah. And then you have the Naboo City Food Court, so there's another place you get here because it's big. And obviously it's right next to the Bossness show, so yeah. And then right here, last but not least, the Naboo Rapids, which I've been on a rapid thing, I think, in Disney World, and I wasn't really a fan of it. But, so that's what this is. As you can tell, you probably drop off a waterfall. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cut off here. I don't think you actually drop there. Maybe you start here and go around. It's hard to really say how this will work, but it's this little section here with the 7 stuff. So that right there. But, alright. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed part 1 of Lucas World, the theme park. Now, I actually, so far from looking at this place and seeing the interesting stuff it has, I really wish this was a real place that I can live. Well, I wouldn't say live, but, you know, I wish this was a real place where I could visit all these places and do a bunch of fun things. And I kind of get why it wasn't made, or it's mostly, it's too big, too extravagant, too many things to pay for, and too many people that have to learn things like the stunts, the shows, and everything. It would take years. I mean, years just to put this all together. But a lot of money. But besides that, like I said, I really wish this was a real place where I can visit. And yeah, well, guys, please write in the comments section if you enjoyed this video and like what you see so far in the Lucas World Star Wars theme park. And well, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And if you are new, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified for my next upload. My YouTube channel website link is down in the description as always. And thank you. Goodbye.